How's it going, guys? Here I come again with another video, and this time around I got you Xiaomi's latest 15 Pro in silver, and this is the 12256 right here, and we're going to be taking a quick look at the latest HyperOS, and we're going to do that on Xiaomi's latest flagship right here. So I already set up the phone. It was a very quick process, pretty straightforward. It took like 3 minutes. And then I also have my VPN up and running, as it's required here in China to be able to access Google services. And also the Play Store comes built in with HyperOS, so all you got to do is enable it, and also you can update it from Xiaomi's Get Apps, which is pretty convenient. No need to do anything outside of the phone, like no external modification or anything. And then from then on, obviously everything else is pretty straightforward. You can just get all of your apps, and I already did that. I downloaded a bunch of apps and games that we're going to be taking a look at later. And so far, everything that I've tried has been working just fine. I don't have anything set up with Authenticator on this account, but as you can see, it's up and running normally, as it should. Same goes with Gmail and Chrome and everything else. You can also use Google Assistant normally. Hold on, let me try that again. Remind me to do something in 10 minutes.
Sure, I'll remind you to.
All right.
Okay, I deleted.
As you can see, it's pretty quick and working normally. You can set up reminders, create lists with your Keep app. You just cannot dedicate the power button to it. You can't replace Xiaomi's Hyper AI. That's what you cannot do. Otherwise, it's working normally, as you can see. And then YouTube is there, of course. You can HDR is working as well. Speaking of, let's try this video right here. 4K HDR. As you can see, HDR mode is enabled. Perfectly fine, and it's running at 120. Actually, speaking of that, I just remember that for some weird reason, even though I do have my refresh rate manually set to 120, when I first installed YouTube, it was set to run at 60 for some reason. That was its default. So I had to come here and then enable high refresh rate mode for YouTube manually. Not sure why, but it's working normally now. Now, that's with Google. And let's take a look at oh, and by the way, let's take a look at notifications first, because it's very convenient for Xiaomi's HyperOS to receive notifications from global apps, unlike some other Chinese ROMs. All you got to do is, of course, head over to app info for that specific app, whatever it is, enable auto start, and of course disable battery saver. You got to put it on no restrictions, and then you can receive your notifications on time. In fact, I'm going to try that right now from my computer. I'm going to send a test message in a second. Okay. There we go. All right. That's with notifications. Now, let's head over to settings. Xiaomi's HyperOS has been known for, it's plenty of customization features that are available. As you can see, you can of course get like your AOD customized. You can get your wallpapers, themes, icons, fonts, and everything else. Now Xiaomi has been doing this this whole themes thing for ages now. I think it was the first company to introduce themes to Android, as far as I can remember. Not too sure about that though, correct me if I'm wrong. But what's really interesting about this is that the AOD screen, the AOD notifications to be more precise, are not region specific. So that's a good thing. Unlike other Chinese UIs, you'll be able to get your notifications on your AOD screen from whatever app. In fact, if I want to be picky, I would say that the problem is that you cannot choose which apps to get notifications for and which apps to not. That's the problem with it. Otherwise, you can, of course, there's plenty of designs that you can choose from. You can customize it, of course, from here. And this is the only option, the only setting that you get for your notifications. You can either have them disabled altogether or enabled. That's it. Anyways, I have them enabled right now, and we're going to be testing that out in a second. actually that happened. Let me just jump back in real quick. So again, I do believe that Xiaomi was the first UI ever to introduce double tap to lock, but for some reason, a couple of updates back, they abandoned that. So it doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of a bummer for me. I was used to that double tap to lock feature, but this is what you got to do now. So if you were used to that, my condolences. All right, so let's try our notifications. I'm going to be sending another test from my computer. So as you can see Telegram there. So you do get notifications from all your apps. In fact, not only messengers, like even like security or whatever. So whatever notification that pops up here, you will see it on your AOD if you have notifications enabled. All right, now let's get back to settings. Everything else is quite self-explanatory. You can of course change your icon style. You can make them bigger or smaller, and you get your themes and everything else. You get your edge lighting, but only 3 options, which is strange, very unlike Xiaomi. But yeah, that's it with the AOD. Now, Xiaomi did not get into this dynamic island thing like everybody else did, but you do get your classic notification settings, of course. Now let's move on to the launcher. Of course, I'm definitely going to do another video later about customization on HyperOS with global apps, but as of now, we're going to be taking a quick look at the launcher as well. So of course, when you get the Chinese ROM, you get all of these. This is called the App Vault, and then you get this as well, but you can disable both of them very easily. So here's the App Vault. I'm going to disable that. And then this other thing, I'm not sure what it's called. Swipe down on how it should be this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do a classic. All right, so if you swipe down on the left side of the screen, you get your notifications and you get your tiles on the right side here. Oh, of course, and you do get this as well. Maybe I already disabled it and I don't remember. But yeah, this. So by default, it's set to do this content setter thing. I'm not sure if it's useful to anyone. Seems like I already went ahead and disabled it. I just didn't remember. But anyways, I'm going to keep it on none as of now because that's your classic way of doing things. Anyways, so again, I'm definitely going to do a another video about customization, and then the gaming video will be coming shortly after that, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out on those. But all in all, to sum it all up, in terms of using this phone globally and outside of China, and in terms of in a general sense, using this phone with your global apps and services, you will not be disappointed. This phone is definitely usable outside of China. I already showed you the Google apps and everything, and it's definitely 100% compatible with your with your global apps. You can get your notifications on time. You can get them on your AOD even, and you can even use your Chinese apps with your VPN on, which is kind of surprising because like with most other brands, you won't really be able to use their Chinese services like the App Store, Get Apps, or the Weather app even. If you have your VPN on, if you're outside of China, they might struggle a bit. It might be a little slow, but not with HyperOS. Not sure why. Maybe they have really powerful servers in China or outside of China as well. I'm not sure what the reason is, but anyways, you can definitely use them as well if you want. And if not, you can just go ahead and uninstall whatever. And one thing that I did notice while setting up this phone, I forgot to mention this earlier, is that it's incredibly smooth. Like at some point I had no idea, like I couldn't believe this was an Android, or more importantly, a Xiaomi. So huge improvements in that department. Now I understand that most tech reviewers keep saying that this is a very snappy, very responsive phone, very fast and all that, but I care about every little bit of hiccup and stutter here and there. But I didn't see many of those here with this phone. Like everything is buttery smooth for real. Like it's just incredible how snappy and responsive this phone is. especially considering that it's a Xiaomi phone. Now, some of these apps I'm running for the first time ever, like these apps in this folder. I've never opened this folder, but as you can see, it's unbelievable. I've never seen a Xiaomi phone do this. So again, kudos on that. This is definitely unprecedented. And yeah, I would like to definitely see more of those come in. Okay, definitely stay tuned for my upcoming videos with customization and gaming. All right, until the next one, peace out.